means that they're quite comfortable. The chances that they're going to get knocked out of that top 8 is very slim. It's there, but it's slim. But this is like the best chance they have to practice and play and learn from the team that is considered #1 in the world right now. And that first game, I mean, there was plenty to learn from that first game, right? Guys, Bulldog, Black, Nahaz, lessons to take away from that first game, Bulldog?
Don't pick LC.
Don't pick LC, all right. That's a nice one, yeah.
What else?
Dual in middle, Bane, Viper against no one.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I think don't screw up your lanes against VP is a very good lesson to learn.
I mean, how are you going to win against no one, though? He's so good right now.
You know, Bulldog was talking about you take out the no one Prophet. I actually think you pick it. I think you can first pick it. This is also
they do have first pick this game.
Well, it's the 7th. It's actually the 7th straight game, and 9 out of the last 10 going back to Birmingham that VP has been second pick, which is unusual. A lot of the teams favoring first pick now.
Yeah, they pick it as soon as they can, though. VP at least, so they need to first pick it for sure. But they need to ban Whisper, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But they're thinking about it. They're thinking about it. Why are they thinking about it?
Because
I mean, this is potentially their last game. They could let it through and see what happens.
I personally would never experiment in a big tournament like this.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they just want to play 3 games.
There it is.
Boring.
Yeah. They just want to play a 3rd game. No.
Pick DP now, not Razor.
Not Razor, please.
I really want to see the DP open.
It would be really fun if they pick Razor again and then Chen DP again.
And I'll just click GG.
I guess the other thing you could do would be like open Bane.
Or maybe like even, Gyro?
No, that's the thing. I don't think you can first pick Gyro against VP. Like they're so good at drafting against open Gyro.
Well, you got to catch them off guard somehow. How do you do that?
Do you
By picking DP. Pick DP.
They should pick DP. I think DP is the best for them, but they won't.
But
do
VP
it.
always picks Gyro though for that. They always pick no one DP or Gyro from what I've seen. They always win because they kind of are very similar in some sense. They're good at a little bit of everything.
I like the respect that Roger is getting for his Chen. Banned.
Well deserved.
Well deserved.
And the Sanking too.
Well, what is Vici doing? Didn't he come in prepared or what's going on?
I mean, maybe they're like, do we pick DP? You know how that is like? You're prepared, and then suddenly you're inside the game, you're like doubting yourself.
Yeah, but then someone comes up and like, hey, what about a Lash?
Yeah.
What about a Lash?
Lash is in the pool, guys. Ah, but there's no Sanking. Ah, sure, should we pick DP? No, I think Gyrocopter is also pretty good, though.
What about Techies?
Oh, yeah. Maybe going back to one of their Naga opens. They are playing on Dire.
The time is ticking.
They let Elder Titan through as well, by the way, which is one of the heroes that they banned.
VP, there you go. That's what I wanted to see.
That was good.
I pick
VP
Gyro.
respond.
It's coming.
Solo really likes AA, so they might go into that hero for him.
AA against DP heal. Very smart of you, actually.
So they like AA and
Gyro Bane coming through.
Gyro Bane is also really good. You don't want to pick Gyro and leave Bane in the pool.
5 seconds remaining.
And Feeble is pretty good.
Yup. Solo's probably like, do we play seriously or do we techies tiny them?
Oh God. I mean, it's VP. All things are possible. The other thing, they could go back to first is Omni. They've run a lot of that in the past.
They could, but usually they just counter pick a Gyro with that. Like they don't just pick it. They don't just like pick it, you know.
Oh, I don't know. The thing is, that they have some like really crazy Omni mix-ups. Like they'll put it safe lane.
Yeah, carry Omni.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Clockwork.
Team pick.
All right.
Huh.
All right.
It's a little bit weird.
Okay, this is definitely going to be a core Lash, I think.
Definitely.
With the Clockwork, more than likely.
Or the thing is, otherwise they would put it position 5.
Yeah, 5 Lash, 4 Clockwork sounds pretty awkward, right?
It sounds pretty awkward. Yeah. It might be an offlane clock in a position 4 Lash.
This is, by the way, this is like, can we talk for a minute about the fact that Vici's situation after the first 2 picks is so much infinitely better compared to the last game?
I mean, Tusk DP, the combo, has been out there for ages. And it's just so potent because of how DP works. You just put in a snowball for 4 seconds,
and those
everybody
spirits
dies.
continue to go, And it's, I mean, Tusk is one of the only AoE saves in Dota. And you talk about in Clockwork and Leshrac, you're already into kind of a combo-based lineup, a lot of spells, a lot of chain stunning. You know, Tusk can disrupt that so easily.
And we've seen Lanham perform on that hero outstandingly as well.
Oh, yes.
Once you get that dagger, that save potential is pretty good.
A Viper PL ban for Vici Gaming and the Lycan ban there for Virtus.pro.
Again, focusing on the heroes that they know no one can really use to punish a DP mid. You know, they're very concerned about that mid lane matchup, justifiably so.
So Bulldog offlane clock is still viable. Is still good.
It's got nerfed so much though.
Yeah.
The cogs, mana cost, and the battery cell mana cost is so bad now.
How much do you need for a combo? Is it 155 now? Or
180 now.
it's one? Oh, there's 100, man.
Yeah, 100.
100.
In the least surprising maneuver all time, VP with their pick disruptor.
Wait, so
that is their
it has
staple.
to be Corlash. It has to be Corlash.
Yeah.
Like clock disruptor is.
No, I have seen teams run 3 clock 4 Lash, although I agree with Henrik. I don't think it's very good in most circumstances.
You know, no one's favorite hero is the Shadow Fiend. Is there a chance that he
Yeah.
will show up here?
It might.
Every so
Just,
often they turn him loose.
But with this draft, it's very dangerous. Like Tusk
It is?
DP can dominate an SF very easily.
It just depends on how much pressure you can draft to keep Tusk pinned in the side lanes.
Yeah.
Like
And also clock SF, of course, is a
Yeah.
very good combo. Pick
And we
very
have
often.
we have seen Ramses play Leshrac a lot, safe lane a little bit. So it's not unlikely.
They just
but
lost with it today, though. I'm not very convinced by
yeah,
it.
but their other core was a Viper. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Like,
I hope.
think,
Yeah, if they pick it again, then
and they're going to take the A away. Interesting. Okay.
I think it's no one mid though, with Leshrac.
yeah, I think so too. I'm pretty surprised with the AA pick, though. It doesn't really counter anything. It strengthens the lanes, I guess, which you want against VP.
So you guys are off the SF train. I kind of want to see it.
No, I like SF. I
I
SF.
want to see it.
I want to
But-
see no one back. Yeah, I don't think it's that likely, but I think it'd be really cool.
The AA has got nerfed quite a lot as well with the Chilling Touch. Not sure why they would pick it here.
Yeah. It doesn't really counter anything.
Maybe
As
they're
you
just
said,
scared of
it's-
the Morphling
It
again.
strengthens the lanes, for sure. Like A is a scary laner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just overall lane strength, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
Very smart against VP.
It's quite hard for them to combo off the AA right now. I think Void could be really good for them as a follow-up pick. Goes very well with the DP.
And they
as well as AA.
really like the hero.
Yep. Paparazzi plays a beast Void.
See, he plays a really good Void. I actually want them to go back a little bit and put 11 on the Void.
Offlane Void?
Yeah, I think offlane Void.
They've done it. It worked out very well for them in the past. You know the threat of Void in the game. You kind of don't want to pick SF because you have no save, and SF without save against Void is
It's just gonna die.
Yeah,
it's scary,
yeah.
very scary.
That's true. That's a good point.
No SF, please.
Dire team pick.
Tango
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
game.
Tango again. Okay. I mean, you can't argue with how Pasha was able to play that hero. And again, we've talked about the utility of a Doom getting items like Pipe and Crimson
Ember.
up in the mid-20s. You know, Pango does the same thing.
I really like the Ember pick. Disruptor's the only hero that really bothers in this game. And
You can,
he lanes very well against Lash.
You can easily
I
dodge
don't
the
know.
glimpse though.
There you
If you're,
can.
if you're
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I really worry about that. Like,
How are they going to catch the Ember?
I think VP have plenty of room with this. They can pick up very high physical damage hero with their 5th pick and just kill the Ember. Just straight out kill him to physical damage.
Ember does die pretty easily. If it's really just enough with clock hook and then you cog him back, and that usually
Right.
is enough to kill him.
And they disrupt the ultim even on top of that.
However, maybe he goes a buckler build and then he can't die anymore.
A buckler build
mean-
is very potent. However, most Embers don't go buckler.
Mid
Oh,
one
they
did.
do mid one does now. Like a lot
It's
of the pros have at least tried it out.
I mean, they should because it's really good. It
Yeah.
takes care of one of his main weaknesses, which is like low
No.
armor.
Don't get it. It's
It's really good.
no.
You
Don't
know,
go it.
I don't know. I asked him like mid one swears by it. That's the thing. He's like it just makes you feel so much less
Yeah,
squishy.
but in mid one's case, it's because Puppy forces him to do it. Because he always does it himself.
It
If you
is
don't
true.
buy it, then
Puppy is
goodbye.
scary.
Yeah, he
He
is.
is large in many ways.
The Bloodseeker ban coming out. Vicci's been
Oh, I
paying
love it.
attention.
Bloodseeker ban.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too scared of a Bloodseeker if I'm that Ember. But
Assume it's Ember safe lane then.
Well, they combined the Bloodseeker with Disruptor and basically Glimpse for that rupture damage.
yeah, I mean it's a really good combo.
Yeah.
And you can just like rupture someone and he rolls over him and he keeps taking damage.
Yep.
Virtus.pro's turn to pick.
That's a lone druid.
Lone druid.
Okay,
All right.
so
Wow.
what are the lanes going to be?
We need a right clicker. What about a troll for Ramses?
A troll could be really good.
Troll is pretty good against Lone
Faceless
Druid.
Void honestly also owns all their cores.
Lifestealer is really good against Lone Druid. Still
I'm
open.
in for Lifestealer too.
Lifesteal is really
I like
good too.
Lifestealer a lot here too.
But he struggles against DP and Ember.
Yeah.
I feel this Ember is pretty scary right now.
Do they have enough control for him? No.
I think right now, no. They have to like combo really well, like hook into like cock push into like Leshrac stun, something like that. And it's quite hard to pull off. Especially if he has like a Yules. They go Brood Mother.
Oh my God, we forgot about the Brood. Oh,
Ramses
Lord.
Brood.
Well, okay. Yep.
All right.
It's going to just so immediately they shift Paparazzi onto the DP because he's gotta go safe lane. You can't run DP.
They need a
against
safe
Brood
lane DP.
mid. Yeah.
And Ember should be okay against Brood. In theory.
Should they though?
Theory.
In theory.
I'm not sure about
Will
that,
those
man.
Broodlings die?
I mean, the thing is, the health just got nerfed, right?
Yeah.
A while
It
ago.
was, it was,
It was
well, it
buffed.
was buffed in the.
Yeah, I mean, like before that.
Yeah,
Like, they got
before
like
that,
halved
yeah.
or something. And then the gold bounty is like non-existent anymore.
All right. Nahaz, who's going to take this second game?
I think Vici have given themselves a chance. I have to pick VP. I think they're dramatically better.
Fair enough. Black?
I'll hand it off to Bulldog first.
No, you go first.
No, you're the Brute
You go
Master.
first.
You're the Brute
You go
Master.
first.
All right. VP.
I'm gonna say Vici
Nice.
Ooh.
because Lone Druid is a good hero. In dual lane.
But when you're a Brute player too, dude.
Yeah, but Brood, it's not that good. I don't like their lineup.
All
Brood,
right.
Leshrac,
I
always
would,
like to win the game.
I would still go for VP because I do think they're the better team. By the way, we have got our first playoff team ready, or at least decided. Team Liquid was able to win against Newbie with the 2-0. And we'll see which one of these two teams will join them. It might be 3 games. It might be over after this game. It is Virtus.pro versus Vici Gaming with Capitalist and Gods.
Oh, it's going to be over after this game. I'm feeling it anyway. Gods?
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah?
I love watching Brood games. I'm not particularly good at the hero, but I always find it interesting just how much the hero changes the game. You're giving me this look like.
You like watching Brood games?
Yeah, I think it's fun. I like it because it's a niche pick.
Yeah.
If it was picked all the time like it was for a while, it was less fun, but...
Yeah, it is better than it used to be, right? Because it fights a lot more. It feels like it's more about the I have a superior lane matchup and I'm gonna be like occupying the mid lane, running you over and just taking over a lot of space. Whereas before it used to be like I offlane hero, I sit here forever and just slowly siege your base.
The tactics with this hero have changed a lot, particularly with the talent additions. We see Brood scale a lot better into the late game. Some really nice scaling talents, but we'll see if Vici Gaming have the tools to deal with it. It feels tricky this game, particularly in the lane stage early on until Ember gets like a Maelstrom and most of his spells maxed out. I just don't really feel like they have a good solution to a Brood.
And it does mean they're going to be forced into some sort of aggro situation, which I'm not too sure how comfortable they are going to be with that. Like, you don't want to put the Ember Spirit mid against this Brood Mother, right? But you can't put Ember Spirit into an aggro tri-lane. But can you actually run Lone Druid in the off lane? Like, it feels like he's going to have to kind of be a safe laner in this game.
It was weird even before the Brood pick, though, because they picked 3 solo heroes, really.
Yeah.
Like they had a Lone Druid, which is normally played by 11, picked up.
Look at round 2. Solo is just so innovative with his courier snipes.
That's playing to win, baby! That's playing to
That is indeed playing to win right there. Solo is setting himself up for another free mid lane win if he can get the courier snipe.
Dude, this Ember's like, I've got a Brood. You don't need salves against Brood until later on because Brood is incredibly weak laner until you start getting those spiderlings. So first couple levels, don't bring that courier. Don't risk it.
I think the panel, especially I believe it was Black, will be very happy to see that Ori already has the buckler queued up. Oh, look at that, the Cogs versus the Shard combination. We've seen that a lot today. And we've also seen how the Clockwork is on the losing side of that too many times. So sure enough, Vici Gaming do pick up the first blood with their aggro Ancient Apparition tri-lane. And any Ancient Apparition tri-lanes are going to be pretty dangerous.
lane setup looks not too bad for Vici right now. Lone Druid's got a 1v2 matchup, but a matchup where he should be able to at least get something out of the lane. He's taking quite a bit of harass, but the mid lane, at least for the early levels, will be fine for the Ember.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, once we get to, like, level 3, the Ember Spirit really starts losing this lane hard, right?
I wonder how hard, but I guess the Spiderlings, they lost their armor, which is something, you know, Ember's not really right-clicking them.
Yeah.
It's much more about the Flame Guard as his kind of preventative measures.
They still have that magic resistance, right? That they got, like, 4 or 5 patches ago.
Yeah.
Roger trying to get away, but again, blocked in by the Ice Shards. Pasha just does whatever damage he can. Shield Crash hits 3 different heroes, so he's got a good amount of damage reduction. Yeah. We'll trade out hits as much as he can.
I can't say for sure. I haven't seen Ember vs. Brood mid, at least not in a long, long time. And I think it gets tricky once that big Spiderling army is just going to bully you out of lane. Level 6, you can theoretically kill it very quickly.
Barely enough to be able to finish off 11. Now, Lana, he may have a double damage. He's trying to go for the kill onto the Disruptor. Nice. Lay down of the tree. Solo, though, is still spotted. Snowball rolls him over, but it looks like it was just enough for a turnaround. No one does manage to help get 2 of the kills. Solo is actually the one who gets the double kill.
Bad for the left track.
This is going terribly now for Ori. Sure enough. Level 3, he gets a bunch of spiders and runs them at the Ember Spirit.
I'm not even sure if the Disruptor changed the outcome there.
No, definitely not.
There was like 60 damage from that Disruptor Thunderstrike. So, nice couple of kills in a row for VP, securing no one's off lane, even in 1-1 trades, securing the mid lane. 2 points in Sleight of Fist early on for Ember in this matchup. That is interesting.
That is not going to help him kill Spiderlings. They won't die to that. So the lower cooldown is just for him to be able to spam it out some more.
Yeah, I don't like this build, but I also don't know the ideal build.
11. Oh, he barely gets away this time around. No one. Oh, no! 11, what are you doing? You madman!
He's trying to make a highlight reel. Instead, he'll end up on the wrong kind.
Yeah, it's a highlight reel, all right.
Yeah. Wrong kind of highlight reel. Mid lane again. This is the great thing about this Brood mid against a lot of heroes is you just rotate one support and it's such an easy kill. All Brood needs is like one little slow or stun or zoning spell like a cogs in such a good position.
I like the way he's doing this though. Flame Guard instantly into the Sleight of Fist, but now he's exposed. Does manage to get the, that was very fortuitous of him. Managed to get the Searing Chains onto the Clockwork as opposed to all those spiders.
The Sleight of Fist just lasts so long.
Yeah. So it also means he gets a good amount of Flame Guard time where the Broodmother can't play in lane. It's a pretty cool idea. Lanham, thinking about it, does go for the Ice Shard, misses no one. Now he's in trouble as he actually doesn't have the mana for a snowball. He will die to the Leshrac. He was just trying to threaten. And 11, apparently he doesn't care about dying. He also doesn't care about his allies dying either. He just keeps on playing the creeps even when the Tuskers trying to go for that shards. Once again, they try and get the pick off on Ori. Sleight of Fist against all those Spiderlings is proving to just make him invulnerable for a very long time.
Yeah. Kind of unclear the purpose behind this Lone Druid pick. It feels like they want to have a strong laning hero, but you've already got a building push in the Death Prophet, so it's not like it solves a gap in their lineup. Or get caught out in the AA, going for a bounty rune, and will not find it.
Yeah, Roger won't find his either. Had to push away Paparazzi when two of them came together and clashed. I think it kind of felt like they wanted to abuse the fact that, similar to Game 1, the Pango, like he's such a bad stats hero that just any sort of 1v1 is going to be really strong for you. But then, like outside of that, it just seems, I don't know.
Yeah, like let's give the Pango a bad 1v1 and then aggro trial lane, but VP kind of saw it coming and just laned their heroes differently anyway.
Yeah. I mean, now that he is level 5, it's going to be effective versus this Leshrac lane. I think VP actually have to start abandoning the lane now that they lost solo. Big deep dive, has to get away. Oh no! Okay, he still gets the kill onto the Ember Spirit. Ramses he can actually turn and fight the Tusk pretty easily. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Paparazzi goes for the diamond on Pasha, picks up the kill. Roger is so close to being able to secure a counter kill on a Paparazzi. Paparazzi trying to juke through the trees, but instead of going for a Cogs, he goes for the battery assault, and that does indeed get the pickup.
Kind of entering that stage where it's like, who actually goes mid against the Brood now?
Yeah.
Not having level 6 on Ember means he may just die the second he gets back in lane. Brood's almost level 8 already, and even when he hits level 6, he's got an escape, but doesn't really solve the mid lane just because you've hit level 6. You still get zoned out and bullied by a Brood.
No one actually ran straight up to top lane again, and I think this shows a bit of selflessness in the fact that they really want Pasha to get a strong lane so he can have his arcanes into level 6, but you can see the way he's being threatened. Sure enough, the root does land, so 11 can still go for the kill, manage to get the fear, and that's enough.
Can he get another root? Solo should die here. Wants Fenrir to go down with him.
Oh, he's just not getting the roots. Surely he'll get the root. All right, he does finally get it. Secures the extra kill.
Mid lane, here's the Ember. Hits level 6, but hey, guess what? Your level 6 doesn't really matter. Does leave a Fire Remnant behind for his respawn, so we can instantly Remnant back to probably die again. But at least that efficiency is there. His tower is down. I don't think he actually wants to come back to this Remnant on respawn, but we'll see what happens.
He got the buckler, but it's pretty easily offset by this Medallion of Courage from the Broodmother. So you are still operating on no armor. Ice Shard misses on the one kill they can get, which was no one's Leshrac. And now he can collect all of this CS underneath the tower. It would have been such an important kill if they could have gotten him again. The two supports rotate over, manage to catch Lana, but he snowballs onto Solo with Fenrir already here as the Ancient Apparition. They should be able to run him down. Kinetic Field doesn't block him out, but the Broodmother is here. Ramses goes straight for Fenrir, picks up that kill. Now they can try and go for a dive. They do have one more web to be able to throw out. As the mana exhausted from the Broodmother. Oh, never mind. Managed to get a little bit more mana.
From a teammate.
Yes.
But someone mangoed him.
I was about to say, his Soul Ring was on cooldown, so somebody fed him away a mango. Smart little play. Enough to be able to catch the kill on Lone Druid.
Yeah, Ramsey's able to string his webs all the way from mid lane to top. Very efficient rotation coming out from the Brood, and these webs also go through some neutral camps, so you can kind of farm along the way, get the Ancients as well, and you can find yourself back in the mid lane. Tusk is like, okay, I'll steal some XP. That's about it. That's about all I can do against the Brood.
Yeah. And this is going to be similar to the way that we saw Arteezy Venomancer try and exert control over that mid lane and also get the extra efficiency of farming neutrals.
Alright, just clicking this Ember makes me a bit depressed. Combination of the item build and the skill build. Wraithband Buckler with a 1-3-2 build. Things I've never seen before in Dota on an Ember Spirit.
And you don't even, like, because you committed for this Sleight of Fist build against the Broodmother, you don't even farm that well because you have this low level of Flame Guard. And you also means you can't really fight.
It's no boots, he's just waddling around on 310 move speed. Like, it's a sad day. I don't know, I don't think there was, like, a real good play for him. He just had to be sacrificed against the Brood. Perhaps rushing that Maelstrom was all I could consider, because I don't think the Buckler's actually saved his life. It made him a little bit tankier, but ultimately just being a pure glass cannon, rush a Maelstrom and hope for the best. Die 3 or 4 times along the way, because you're going to die regardless of build here. But
plus, I thought he wanted Blade Mail against the Leshrac.
Yeah.
The roll? Nails it. And he immediately cancels it just so he can make sure he can get the right clicks onto 11. Had the swashbuckle ready to go, but didn't commit it, fearing for his life here. Slow down onto no one. Does that manage to get out of that Spirit Siphon range, and the snowball clips. They try and run back 11. Oh, finished up by that shield crash. Pasha, they're just going to be able to slow down these heroes one after another. No one's just going to keep running and keep lightning these heroes. Paparazzi does manage to get this double Spirit Siphon, but it's not enough to keep him alive. And now, good play from Roger there. Managed to get the Cogs pushback right as Ori shows himself. And walks away just fine. Virtus.pro killed 2 cores in that engagement, are up by 5K at 10 minutes in.
Yeah, VP looking very dominant. This is a team known for crushing the laning stage by winning 2, often 2.5 to 3 lanes, and they have well and truly won all 3 lanes here. Tango even having a pretty damn good start despite being in that 1v2 lane.
Pasha misses the swashbuckle, is also doing battle with the Tusk underneath the tower. Goes to the roll-in, snowball. They can actually save the Tusk. Now he's going to be stuck against that. He should end up dying here, but the Ice Blast comes through. Pasha takes a bit more damage. Lanham, he sees the opportunity to try and finish him off, but doesn't have any mana or cooldowns to be able to go for the kill on Pangos. So it looks like they'll just grab the Disruptor. Paparazzi and Ori rotated for this, and they don't really get anything big out of it.
Big Exorcism. Cooldown being popped as well. Brood just farming enemy jungle. Has an Orchid. No one can go near here. There's 4 Radiant Wards all in that Dire Shrine area. Just trying to find kills for Ramses. Any hero that goes near will just get instantly jumped. Ramses may just dive the high ground. He thought about it, but will not find the Ember Spirit. His Orchid, I believe, has been scouted out, so.
Yeah, just Orchid that range creep. Yep.
Thought he was going to nuke it, but no, he wasn't even playing that.
Rotation. Smoke up, wrap around behind the tier 2. Going for the kill onto Paparazzi. Managed to get the glimpse back into a good situation. The Ice Blast will nail a lot of heroes. Disruptor goes down. Roger might be in trouble as well as he gets chained up and ticked out by Fenrir. Ramses going for that support, but outside of the webs with the extra movement speed of the Ice Vortex. Ancient Apparition is a quick little bugger.
Yeah. A lot of kill traits happening where VP will get a bit too over-aggressive and loses support when they dive for these kills, but ultimately they're losing pretty small fish.
And the Orchid onto Lana before he can save himself with the snowball, while at the same time no one is taking that tier 1 bottom lane.
So, yeah, tower going no one's way. His Dual Scepter is coming out, so very good position. The Leshrac, who not being played in the traditional way, in the off lane for no one, but he's still looking very good.
Jump in, hook shot, no one tries to follow it up, split earth, gets interrupted, finally does manage to land it now. Paparazzi, a lot of damage coming his way, the Spirit Siphon, not enough to keep him alive. They do manage to kill the Leshrac in return. Looks like Roger should fall as well. The chain's coming up. Maybe he can catch both of them. Does manage to get the chains onto Roger, but Roger will survive. And now, the glimpse back with the Orchid. Good snowball save there from Lanham, but it's not enough to keep Ori alive. He doesn't actually have any remnants to be able to jump away to. Just this sleight of fist, but slowly he comes out of it.
Oh
immediately
God,
gets another one with the cogs. That'll catch him. Lanham, in the meanwhile, he did manage to kill that support. Solo ended up going down. And I guess 11 was farming during that time, so that's something.
It's like your 3-position lone druid. Woo!
You almost
He's going to bring the game back for you with that 3.5k net worth.
You almost have a Broodmother 3 times the net worth of some of your cores. Almost.
Yeah, it's just so clunky because your 3 positions, this hero that wants to just farm, and your Embers being shut down, so he's not really able to fight. Death Prophet doesn't have many items, but can try and fight with Exorcism. That's really your window to try and make plays.
Vici Gaming are just trying to... I think they wanted the Broodmother. I think they were hoping they would run into him somehow out of position, and no, not going to happen. Instead, again, just a support. It seems like that's the only thing that Vici Gaming can claim lives of.
Fenrir's AA has been hitting some nice Ice Blasts and helping secure a lot of these kills, but we need more out of the cores right now, who not having the best of times. If Ember can somehow like speed farm into a Maelstrom and just start using that to farm up these Spiderlings, things could start to look a little bit different, but he needs that, and then he's going to need an item to help deal with the Orchid of the Brood on top of that.
Another smoke, and they do see Ramses, but he's over the cliff. Hard for Vici Gaming to be able to pursue, especially with a rolling ball right in the middle of their face. Managed to get a good land onto 2 of them, one of which was the Ember Spirit setup for the Static Storm. Nice hook shot in, managed to snag 2 inside the cogs. Roger will set Ramses up to just num all of these heroes. He has the lifesteal going. Spirit Siphon is keeping Paparazzi alive though. Roger trying to chase some of these heroes. They're going to buy back onto the Tusk, see if they can actually win this fight. Again, another support goes down. Can they get more than just that? Well, they can. It's the other support. Again, both the cores walk away from VP from a buyback engagement with Vici Gaming.
Yep. Yeah, it's always like the story of these supports going down, then you click what the cores are doing, and well, they're getting kills in the fights, they're farming several lanes, no one's almost got a BKB. Ramses has the money for a BKB, and things still look very grim for Vici Gaming despite getting these pickoffs.
Yeah, when you're 9-0-2, you've got this nice bounty on your head right now from the godlike streak. Yes. You do not want to give that up. You really need your BKB. Pasha ends up going down. The glimpse not going to be enough to save him here. Solo doesn't get a latch onto that. Lonham dodges it with a snowball.
I have no idea how Pingo died. He got solo killed by a siege wagon lone druid.
I'm guessing he just got rooted at the wrong time.
Imagine so. Oh, nice little freebie for lone druid. I'm sure he'll take that given the state of this game. And unfortunately for Ember, take another death.
Take another L.
That could be a...
Oh, that is a BKB turnaround.
That looks promising.
They don't have the Spirit Siphon to be able to keep Paparazzi alive here. His target would be the Broodmother, and that is Magic Immune. Now the Broodmother no longer has that Magic Immunity, but the Spiderlings still do their work. Finish off the support, will kill the Spirit Bear up next. That'll be 300 extra gold.
Yikes. Don't know if they can go high ground yet, but they sure as hell can take full control of the map. Keep Vici Gaming shut in their base, take Roshan. Kind of the stage of the game where you just like set wards up right outside their base. The second any hero moves out, you go for that pick off, but Vici Gaming, Scout Roche, not sure there's much there.
Ice Blast. I mean, you have to fight this if you're Vici Gaming, right? You're so far behind, you need some wild scenario where you win a fight around this Roshan pit.
I'm on board with that, and they will scare VP off the pit for now. They're the ones with Exism if they can get their way in there, but the problem is VP's vision game is on point and just scouting out all of these movements right now.
So they smoke up while leaving the Hamadam catapult inside the pit. Double damage, okay. And just get the chains onto Ramses. He does have BKB, so they cannot commit towards him. Paparazzi pops the Exorcism.
You see how low Roche is.
They're just going to go straight for the Roche, maybe? That's going to be very difficult. Pasha's going to try and roll in. The hook shot coming out. Now the roll in through. A couple of heroes bounces back onto two of them as well. They just both instantly die. Vici Gaming now left with only 3 of them. One of them is going to be that double damage Ember Spirit, trying to go for the kill on Roger and jumps away. Glimpse back. He does have another Remnant, Sleight of Fist, but he doesn't have the mana to be able to jump forward. He is in trouble, trying to get over to the Shrine. Ramsey's going to be able to slow him down. The Orchid will easily be enough. 11 scares back the Leshrac on low HP. Vici Gaming, they win for a risk. I appreciate that risk. When you're this far behind, there's not a whole lot of options available to you to win the game, so they tried.
We're so good at getting away from any move, like the Tusk Ice Shards, the Snowball. You can always just outrun it through the webs, get out of the Ice Shards block as well. This makes it so difficult when Ramsey is scouting everything out.
Give the Aegis to no one, because apparently they feel like Ramsey's just never going to die. And he almost has a Nullifier, so that'll make things even harder for the Death Prophet. And I'm presuming Ember Spirit was supposed to eventually get a Yule Scepter or something to be able to deal with the Orchid, but he hasn't even finished up his Maelstrom yet.
When Druid went back for a Maelstrom of his own, going to be going for a bit of a right-click build, but doesn't really feel like these are going to be high-impact items right away. They're really farming items at this point when you're behind, and I think that's all Vici Game can hope to do is get a few pickoffs here and there, farm their way back into the game. There's a point where...
That is unfortunate.
Oh,
they do manage to get the glimpse, though. Paparazzi is still there. And they'll catch the bear as well.
Theoretically, there's a point where Brute falls off a bit, but these talents she's approaching when she gets 50 attack speed and the extra damage and life on the ultimate, and combined with this new like Nullifier Orchid build, where you can't do anything against this unless you have an Aeon Disc, you're pretty screwed.
Yeah. When you're talking about like 15 minutes down the line, the Broodmother will start dropping off, and it's only been a 20-minute game so far. 20 minutes of torment and pain for Vici Gaming. 15 minutes is probably got to feel like an eternity. That Sleight of Fist also feels like an eternity. They catch the toss in the bottom lane. Try to do some cheeky little split push shenanigans. Not today, though.
kind of thing he has to do. He just desperately wants that level 10 talent so he can start sitting on high ground, soaking in that extra 90 GPM.
Let's see if he can get that blink snowball. That's going to be so crucial. Oh, they got the vision. Sends back Paparazzi. They don't immediately blow him up, and out the committal from Ramses. Papa that BKB. Now, the turnaround here, they are going to lose their clockwork. Support for core doesn't sound good, but when you're 14K behind, it's not terrible.
Yeah. Numbers even show it wasn't a gold loss for them by any means, you know? Really indicative of a pretty crummy situation that you're in, but
experience and gold benefit to Vici Gaming.
And they're going to just, you know, keep on farming wherever they can. Second Maelstrom online on 11's Lone Druid now. Hero with this range build that is just going to be looking to outrange and stay as far away as possible from this Broodmother.
Towers dropping like rocks here. That's going to be the final tier 2 dead.
I think for VP, it's going to take some big pickoffs to really close out this game, or at least a ballsy high ground jump, and that's what they're looking for here.
Rolling Thunder. Nice hit. Gonna bounce off the wall. Still picks up Lonham on the side. Paparazzi on half HP is gonna try and turn. Gets off the Spirit Siphon, but with the Nullifier on him, can't get off the Yule Scepter that's so essential to be able to claim that HP you need. Ori dodges the split earth there. The BKB is gonna wear out for no one, especially with a buyback from the Death Prop. They have to retreat here. No one's taking a lot of damage with the Ice Blast over the top. Yule Scepter dodges the extra bit of damage. Death Prophet comes back in, but again, the Nullifier. This time around, it looks like the Spirit Siphon may be enough. The hook shot could be blocked. Death Prophet, will he survive? Cogs pushback, he is good. A big hold from Vici Gaming as Virtus.pro get caught inside of that tier 3 area. Oh no, Pasha! He came back and executed Paparazzi. If he can actually get out, though, that'll be another question. Lonham catches up to him. Walrus Punch slowing him down. Another swashbuckle away. Oh, he had so little HP. Fortunately, the Magic Wand gave him quite a big boost. And now no one comes in from behind. 11. Okay, managed to chase him back. The Ice Blast onto him. They can fight this one. They can actually bring no one down and not lose any of their heroes. What's going on? Ori, they're going to be able to wipe VP. Solo is the last one alive, and they've got him dead to rights. That is going to be Sleight of Fist and a tick out of the urn, surely.
Wow. Did they lose vision of him? Oh what? God. I don't know how Solo lives there. Whatever, it's the least important of the 5 kills. This Maelstrom is a fight turner. With all these spiderlings around, you're always going to be getting off these chain lightnings, and Ember did by far the most damage in that fight, it looks like, or just a little bit under the Lone Druid.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Right-click.
Lone Druid with this build, he's going that sniper range form build with the Maelstrom. I think that's so important, because Vici Gaming, their only hope for this game was playing high ground, right?
Yeah, Brood kind of dived in, going for the frontliners, and Lone Druid's just sitting back there, right-clicking away, and having a grand old time, so far from over this game, as I feel like if this game is pretty even in farm, Vici Gaming's lineup is a whole lot scary in the mid to late game.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where all it's going to take is a hold or two. One more fight like that, and suddenly you're looking at almost a 50-50 game. EP need to be careful about how they play this.
Interesting that Pasha actually went for the extra 2 seconds of the Rolling Thunder. Also went for a damage build this game with a Maelstrom of his own being picked up.
I guess partly to be able to push out these waves faster, because I mean something you talk about a lot is that VP really like to have a couple heroes to push out waves, and that's something they've got. The Lash Brood does pretty well, but I think we've seen Pasha often playing solo in the lane.
I mean, you just 1-2 creep wave. It doesn't really change, right, if you have a Maelstrom.
Okay.
Maybe he just wants the, he wants more like burst-ish kind of damage against these heroes, like the Death Prophet. Yeah, or he's caught.
Remnant?
He's actually fine. The silence wears out just as he lands back to Earth.
The Yules, yeah, it's great against the Disruptor ult as well as the Orchid, so able to help keep him alive there. And Vici Gaming still looking like they're in a playable position for this game.
Yeah, certainly. It's you know, it's almost a relaxing position when you're so far behind in the game that your only option is high ground. There's not a whole lot of thought process, right? You're just like me, sit and base and wait, you know?
You know your opponent's set up wards like right outside your base, and you can't really move out. You got to win a fight first, then move out as 5, do some dewarding.
Walrus Punch and a silence on the Pango. No Yule Scepter, which he's trying to build now, but it's obviously late with this this Maelstrom build that he went for.
See what the next playing part is going to be for VP. Probably looking to take this Roshan #2. Use that as a tool to try and break high ground with. Be careful here, because 11's going to be fast approaching on the BKB. He starts to get pretty scary. Level 20 talent gives him an extra 40 attack speed on himself and his bear in Rabbit.
And there is, like, they don't have a real good threat for him besides getting the Broodmother on top of the Lone Druid once he gets that BKB, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be difficult to do against the Lone Druid in a high ground position.
Yep. He can always root you through BKB. He's got the Savage Roar as well, so he's got really good defensive tools against the Brood. BKB is down to 7 seconds, so like that he's got the Alpha Wolf. He held him to a Siege Creep for way too long this game, considering they were on the back foot. This Alpha Wolf heavily amplifies his right-click damage.
Good thing 11 brought the bear back. It's going to be glimpsed, and we talked about the oh wow, the cogs. That is not synergy, my friend. Snowball save as well. Gets him out of the split earth. No one's BKB is going to be wearing out soon. This could be a big fight for Vici Gaming, but Ramses comes in. Nice rolling thunder and so much damage out. Bouncing on those Maelstrom procs, and it's going to glimpse the last second as Solo dies on Family just to be able to pick up that extra kill. And now it's all on Ori to do this. Sleight of Fist by himself with the Yule Scepter. Oh, Kane didn't even get off the Yule Scepter. He just dies.
They went a bit too all in to try and save that Lone Druid there. He got caught out a bit too far out of base, and as the nature of VP's draft, they are so punishing. They win a fight, they push fast, you're a little bit out of position, they pick you off incredibly well with the Disruptor Glimpse. And Lone Druid didn't have his BKB there, needed that to get rid of that Glimpse, and this is looking like the first lane of racks for VP.
This, man, I thought that was actually going to be an okay fight for Vici Gaming when I heard the exorcism, and I was like, the BKB is going to wear out on the left track. Maybe this is a fight that Vici Gaming basically just like, after 2 more seconds, just go in. Instead, they get blown up. Solo just barely walked into that. No one tries to go for the split earth onto Ori, a quick jump away. BKB activated by no one to stop the cold feet from proccing onto him. They did manage to get what was important, though, which was that melee racks in the mid lane.
I think for Vici Gaming, they just need their BKBs a bit too badly before they take fights like that. In order for them to go their way, they need the 2 BKBs on Death Prophet and Lone Druid. Ember's Blink Dagger is quite a nice tool as well. Because of how long the Sleight of Fist lasts on these Spiderlings, he can often get a Blink Dagger off after it. Often can blink out after a Yule's, defensive Yule's as well. Very handy item to have.
I think in that fight, it was a lot of it was the Pango, right? The BKB is just straight up going to defeat that, but they just can't seem to get that BKB. 11 may get pushed out of the cogs, but it doesn't matter. Vici Gaming cannot save him. That was 200 gold away from the BKB. That's twice in a row that he was so close to it, but gets ganked in the process.
They're so good at hunting heroes the second they leave the base. And it's the nature of these games when you're really far behind. You had that terrible start, but you've still got a decent lineup that can scale. Is you got to play and defend your high ground. It's kind of tough because you know your opponents are getting further and further ahead, but you got to give your draft a chance by not getting picked off outside of your base and just waiting for your moments. Or if you do leave your base, stick with the buddy system there. You need to have 3, 4, 5 heroes going out to deward and play around each other rather than 1 or 2 heroes pushing out of range.
Finally, Roshan #2 does spawn, and VP. I mean, that's a freebie for them almost every single time, so this will be Aegis and Cheese.
Yep. Nothing much to it for Vici Gaming, who are not looking to contest. They have got the BKB now on Death Prophet. Level 15 on Death Prophet. That is severely underleveled.
Yeah. Solo's Disruptor is going to be the same level once he picks up this tome. So surely Disruptor doesn't need those levels.
You might give to Brood even at his level 25 or Flash. Yeah. I don't think the Disruptor's key hero doesn't have any amazing level 15 talent, but he may just pop it because he's support, and why the hell not? Looks like he is. Doesn't matter too much for their team. Things go with the next high ground defense. Every time you slide your fist, you're just gonna start looking at your watch and be like, is this thing ending anytime soon?
It still is not enough for him to actually kill the Spiderlings. He doesn't have that kind of physical damage just yet. When he does, when he could just kind of guarantee farm, if it's like 5, 6 Spiderlings together, guarantee he gets all those kills, it will be a problem for VP as they're going to just start feeding away so much gold.
Yeah, that's where the Battle Fury build feels really nice in games like this, but how do you get up to a Battle Fury? Maelstrom's just such a more cost-effective item and
where's my layer stats?
Farming tool.
Where's my summons have given away X amount of gold this game. I need that right now.
Yeah, seriously, there's between the bear and the spiderlings, Helm of the Dominator creeps, those things give a hell of a lot of gold now as well.
Shivas for the Leshrac VP seem to be taking a bit slower approach to the high ground now.
You might try and play multiple lanes. Ramsey's just poking around up top. You can keep Ember and even maybe a second hero somewhere on one side. It just means your bottom lane is getting spammed by Sleight of Fist. The key thing is just make sure you can only Sleight of Fist one lane.
There it is, Old 11. Managed to pop the BKB. Pasha's just going to be ignored here as he starts laying out the damage onto no one. They managed to take him out of that. He's still the Yules as well as the Aegis, so even if they finish him off once here, they have a tough time bringing him down a second time. Finally, he will drop. Oh, he got a Split Earth off towards the end. Static Storm is not going to be able to latch, though. Solo will die next to him. Ice Blast comes in. 11 still got glimpsed back, though, and no one does manage to just run him down. Meanwhile, the Ember Spear chasing away a lot of these other heroes with the help of Paparazzi. They're just going for the back line instead of the Leshrac right now.
VP's just ignoring the fight. Lesh is going for the bottom melee racks. Brood's going for the top. Meanwhile, Paparazzi's chasing heroes. I don't know what else he can do. Kind of the state of this game.
I mean, surely they could have just combined forces and taken down no one, right? Instead of just giving him this free melee racks.
I believe so. I think they just need to back off and defend one of those two lanes, but this game is starting to feel a bit hopeless just with how far ahead VP are.
Yeah, it's gone from 24K to now 31K. They can maybe kill a couple of heroes. Pasha, he'll die. Yep. No one's just going to fearlessly charge in because he does have the cheese as well as the Yule Scepter. Ice Blast does land on him, but it looks like everyone else is so low. He's not the one in trouble. Everyone else is. Vici Gaming back to the fountain they go as they call GG. Pretty easy 2-0 for Virtus.pro.
Yep. Very convincing game 2 off of a great last pick Brood. Gaming just didn't have any answers to it. I don't think they helped themselves with Ember's skill build and item build, but ultimately I don't know. You can't really point to that and be like, oh, that's why they lost. Yeah. Ultimately, I don't think you expect your mid Ember play to really solve a Brood mid.
Yeah, it was just a perfect last pick, right? The Brood Mother, none of these heroes do well against it, right? So felt like it was always going to be an uphill battle for Vici Gaming, and it's Virtus.pro after all. It's no surprise that they get 2-0'd by the best team in the world right now, Virtus.pro. They are your second team to be heading into that upper bracket. Their day is done. Vici Gaming, they're going to have a longer one, though. They're going to have to wait until that loser's bracket as well as the final of the matches today. That's going to be it for us, though. We'll throw it back to the panel.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Indeed, an uphill battle it was for Vici Gaming, and not one they could climb, unfortunately, at least not today. They have a long road ahead. They will face the winner of EG versus TNC, who are playing in the lower bracket of this Group B after this series. But let's break down that last and second game of the series. Back here with Nahaz, Black, and Bulldog. Bulldog, you believed in Lone Druid. You went Vici Gaming. They're going to win this one. Lone Druid, nothing can beat that hero, surely.
Okay. There were some problems, first of all. Obviously, Brood is kind of a gimmicky hero, cheesy, and it worked out well. But some mistakes by the Lone Druid player, I think, personally. First of all, they should do a lane top. They would have won that lane then. I'm pretty sure. You hit 5, you kill Leshrac, just melts against that entangle. there were some bad fights. He survived 1 health, and then he just ran back into dying to no one. It's like, if you do that, of course you're going to lose.
Yeah,
and then getting cut out twice, trying to farm a BKB. You don't need to farm a BKB if you go Radiance and just stand the melee form. So definitely should have gone Radiance, I think, still here. Sure, the Brood will man up against the Bear, BKB, and then kill it, but then you resummon it and it doesn't have BKB anymore, and then you just win the fight. I think Radiance was better.
I mean, honestly, the Lone Druid made way too many mistakes, like, to be really relevant this game. Like, he even died mid lane twice for dewarding a sentry ward. It's like, you can't make these kind of plays if you're so far behind, you know? He was playing as if they're like 10k gold up.
I mean, what you're seeing on the screen right now felt like the entire early game, though. There are just so many of these Brood lanes that, you know, looks the first 2 or 3 minutes look okay, but once that opposing mid dies once, it just gets away from you so quickly. And they just had nothing to control Ramses. This is the reason why I refer to VP as the best 10th pick team in Pro Dota 2 right now. 13 kills at the 20-minute mark, had Ramses. This was the 640th Brood game since TI5, and that's the second highest such mark behind Abed had a 15-kill game at 20 minutes against, it was actually against Liquid at Katowice, but this is number 2, and it was the Brood game from start to finish.
There were a few glimmers of hope for Vici Gaming. They had a high ground offense. I think it was actually this one.
This fight, yeah.
Yeah, this fight was it, but when you look at it, so it's funny, at the 30-minute mark, VP had 40, very similar stat from last game. VP had 40 kills in 30 minutes. 25 of them were on the cores, including 8 on Ember and 11 on DP. And out of Vici had 27 kills at that point, and 19 of them were on the supports. And with the changes a couple patches ago, you just get so much more from core kills.
It's classic Brood game as well. Wins the lane, you last pick it, cheesy. They don't have that good of a hair to deal with it. Ember kind of was okay a little bit, but then he just went out of control. And
but his skill build was so weird, though.
Yeah,
like
Gods brought that up. Yeah.
Like how do you max the second spell? Like the Flame Guard, actually, I played the lane a couple of times. The Flame Guard deals okay with the spiders. And it's kind of just like experimenting.
He was microing, though, so well.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't micro, right? Like that well, because it's like you have to split everything.
Sure.
It's like insane. I think not even StarCraft 2 pros could like split that well, you know? And it's like, if you have the Flame Guard up, every time you hit a spider, the Flame Guard follows you where you are, and you actually burn all of these spiders too. So you can actually never get dove by a Brood if you go for the Flame Guard build. So I was actually very surprised he chose to go for the Sleight of Fist.
Also, it's striking me as we're seeing these replays that just how disruptive Pasha is.
Oh yeah.
In some of these fights on the front line with that Pangolier, you know, you talk about the Brood and them having no counter, but a lot of the reason as the game went on that Ramses continued to have free reign in these fights was because of that Pango.
that's why it's so good for their team. He doesn't need a good lane. You just hit 6, you got Blink Dagger, you just throw it around, let no one. Ramses do their thing, and they're always farmed, they do well, slam him.
If you think about the essence of VP, actually Pangolier is the best hero for them.
Yeah.
Like, just like let Ramses and no one do the work, and we'll just like support you.
We'll just create space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just roll
Absolutely.
around, stun some people, keep them in place so you can hit them.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. I like it. I'm convinced by their Pango. I was critical the first game, but I'm convinced. I'm a believer now.
Yeah, VP will do that.
Yeah, I'm a believer.
All right. Well, we have an interview with the winners. We have an interview with no one, actually, for you. That's it.
Yeah.
Victory against Vici 2-0. How do you feel right now?
Fine, you just won.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of chat will have been spent in your games. Is that just a fun, or you guys think it's actually a strategy? Try to tell your opponent.
No, just fun.
Just for fun.
Yeah, of course.
There's a recent patch come out, 7.16. There's a new patch coming out, 7.16. I haven't seen a lot of meta change right now. Do you think it's because team is still trying to developing the new strategy?
Actually, can I ask you, it's okay that someone's speaking in my ears with Chinese and I can hear you?
Can you just, you can just, maybe you just take, you just talk,
Yeah, asking.
Yeah, so 7.16, there's I noticed team is still playing the old meta, so do you think it's a patch or it's just a team doesn't have time to develop more strategies?
I'm not sure. Just new patch and we'll see at this tournament, I think.
Do you like the format this time?
Yeah, of course it's GSL and double elimination. I always like that.
Yeah, so now you secure your top spot in the group stage and you're gonna have one day off. Is your team has any plan tomorrow to do?
Just train and see another group, I think.
Yep.
To see some strategies.
All right, that's everything. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you.
Virtus.pro planning on practicing hard tomorrow as well, even though it will be their day off. I know this team actually continuously practices. They haven't taken a break for the longest time. And they do have a holiday planned, by the way. Or at least a couple of them have.
One.
After, yeah, but actually, actually physically going to take a break rather than, because I know they didn't play MDL, but they spent their time boot camping still.
Right.
How long is the vacation for? Like 3 weeks, was it? Or
Yeah,
4?
I think they're going for 3 to 4 weeks break, and then they're going back for boot camp and practicing.
I mean, it makes sense because all of July you're off basically. So if not then, like, when would you do it?
No, I like that. I like that decision a lot. I talked with no one about that in Birmingham. That they made that decision as a team. That they wanted to really put their best foot forward at Birmingham and at this event. And so far so good, right?
Yeah, I mean, like not undefeated, but well, did they undefeated? Were they earlier this day today?
They
No,
lost.
they lost. They
one
did
They
drop
lost one game
map,
against CNC. I remember it was a long time ago, but
But then after you see these games, you question how did that happen?
how
TNC,
did that happen?
it's not that bad, and they're going to play EG now.
They
that
are.
means EG
And
is
EG is really good right now.
We can take a look at the brackets, see how where Group B is left at, because the upper bracket is done. We do have Virtus.pro making it through, and therefore being in the upper bracket of the playoffs, which is a very good place for them to be at. But they are not going to be alone. They need a second team, and that is going to be decided at the rest of the day. There's 2 more series to go. As you can see, EG will take on TNC, and then we will have the winner of that taking on Vici Gaming.
So when a bracket start means top 12 guaranteed, right? Is that how it is?
Yes.
Yes. And then you win 1, you're top 6. Okay.
Who cares about that?
math
You got to
checks
get
out.
top 3, otherwise, what's the point?
You got top 1.
You're going to get
No,
one.
nobody's satisfied with not being top 1.
True.
Top 3 is
Oh,
pretty
I-
nice.
oh, I
That's
know.
a lot of
I
money.
mean, it's nice, you know, but you're not like, yeah, we did it. It's more like,
It depends what team you are. If you're Navi, you're very happy.
are you sure? Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
Optic, you're very happy. Makes you get to TI.
I mean,
That's
come
right.
on, Bulldog, dude, you're just such a Navi hater. You already beat him at TI3, man. Calm down.
I like Navi. I like them a lot. Hopefully they go through. Hopefully we
Navi
can
is
see-
actually playing right now. They're playing Team Spirit in the lower bracket first round of Group A. Group A is going on as well. But we here on this stream, we're going to continue with Group B. We're going to be in the lower bracket, and I am going to leave you in the capable hands of Paul, who will be taking you through the rest of the day